What is and is not an acceptable evidence of trademark usage? Now, trademarks are considered source identifiers, and in order to get a trademark registration with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, the USPTO, you have to demonstrate your usage of your trademark publicly, and that typically means also being able to demonstrate that it's actually for sale because it has to be used in commerce for a trademark application. There's other types of trademark applications that are types that allow you to sort of have a runway before you're using it publicly. Watch my other videos on those. This video is focused specifically on what's an acceptable evidence of trademark usage in commerce publicly that you could file with the USPTO for registration. So the first thing to cover is this source identifier notion. Source identifier means that it needs to be something that is small, like a logo, when you think of the Nike swoosh or the Lacoste alligator, how it's usually on the breast or on the sleeve, because it has to be different than the full graphical sort of image on a product. So let's use an example. I have my water bottle here, Hydro Flask. That's a great source identifier usage. It's small, it's not the predominant image and graphic on this entire bottle. It's actually just a trademark to show you that this bottle came from Hydro Flask. This, on the other hand, this sticker that I put on here, if this was a Hydro Flask image that they put on here, this would be considered just a graphical element. It would be considered the decorative part of the bottle. And then that would not be able to be evidence of a trademark usage for water bottles. This, excellent source identifier usage. This, graphical, not so good. Same goes for t-shirts, for instance. I mentioned the Lacoste logo and the Nike swoosh. If you have a Nike shirt that the logo, that swooshes all across the whole shirt, that's a graphical t-shirt. It's not going to be source identifier usage. But if it's small and just on a pocket or on the breast here, that is a source identifier usage. So other things for clothing and products like that, hang tags, when the mark is just on a hang tag, or this also goes for names, of course, like Hydro Flask or like Nike. If it's on a hang tag of a product, that's also great usage. In the corner of a website up there, that's going to be good usage, but not plastered really big on the website. That's not a source identifier. Whereas, again, a product with a source identifier on it, that product is obviously for purchase because it's a product and I purchased it. And when you show that evidence, it's easy to see that if it's with packaging or on the website that that's available for purchase. So, again, to kind of drive the point home here, source identifier is typically small. It identifies the source of the product or the service. It is definitely what you think of when you think of a logo or a name of a business being used like a logo. And purely graphical, decorative, not going to work, not going to fly. Sometimes promotional materials, not going to work either. You're always going to be looking for some small logo type usage, very much in the same image area or very demonstrative of the sale of those products or services, so that the USPTO can be convinced that you are actually using that trademark publicly and in commerce, meaning things are for sale. So I get this question a lot, and then we get, social media sometimes. Our clients will send us for the application of a trademark registration. Not going to fly unless there's a purchase link there. And that also goes for landing pages and things like that where there's no functionality of the purchase of the services or goods. That's the in-commerce part. So, to kind of wrap it all up, it needs to be small, needs to show that it's available for purchase, and it needs to not be the predominant decorative aspect of whatever the thing is that you're selling. And promotional materials like flyers and business cards only work sometimes. Hope it was helpful to get your learn on and get your knowledge up. Thanks.